I am Jacqueline. I am a certified occupational therapy assistant, and I started this YouTube channel a year ago, and I did not realize how many interested people there are out there, thirsty for knowledge on all things occupational therapy and occupational therapy assistant. So I'm back to answer some of your questions and to keep on giving you guys more information about occupational therapy assistants and occupational therapy in general. I noticed I had a lot of questions about who I am, why I'm going to school for occupational therapy when I am an occupational therapy assistant, what schools I've went to, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. First things first, I graduated with my bachelor's in English from UCCS in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I, like most of you, were trying to figure out what I wanted to do with that degree. I knew I loved health and wellness, and I stumbled into OT, started shadowing, realized I wanted to do OT. The number one reason why I ended up going to occupational therapy assistant school is because my husband's in the military. So in order to go to the school in San Antonio, Texas, where we were located, I had so many prereqs I needed to do, and that school was wildly competitive. I had known many people who it took them multiple years to get in, and I was already behind them. I needed to get my prereqs in order. So I found out that occupational therapy assistant was a thing, and at first I did not think I was interested whatsoever. I wanted to do OT. The word assistant had a negative connotation to me, but still I was encouraged to go to an open house for occupational therapy assistant at a community college called St. Phillip's Community College, for those of you that have been asking me which school I went to. I went to this open house and I realized that occupational therapy assistants, they do the job that I thought occupational therapists did. The biggest difference with OTAs, assistants, and OTs is that OTs conduct the evaluation and they do discharge, and they also supervise the occupational therapy assistants. So I went to this open house. I realized that it gave me the opportunity to do the job that I wanted to do, and there was far less prereqs to get in. So I applied. I obviously got into the school, and as you guys might have seen on some of my other videos, I realized it was much more challenging than I expected, but it was a wonderful experience. Though I love occupational therapy assistant, the two settings that I love the most seem to hire less OTAs than occupational therapists. So because I want to work as a pediatric therapist and I want to work in acute care, I decided to go on to occupational therapy school. So that's why I decided to continue my journey. I also have the advantage that my husband gave me his GI Bill, and so I am going to a very expensive private school called the University of Puget Sound, but I'm only paying half price. I had saved up enough money with my OTA salary to cover that cost, so that was an additional reason why I decided to go back. Another unique reason that I decided to continue on my journey from OTA to OT is because the American Occupational Therapy Association had determined that they were going to force OTs to go in at the doctorate level within 10 years. I think it was 2018. So by 2028, you were required to have your doctorate in occupational therapy to continue on as an OT. So I jumped into a school as fast as I could. Then last year, April of 2019, AOTA, they gathered together and they kicked it back and they said, no, we're actually going to keep OTs dual entry. So that means you could go in with your master's in OT still and your doctorate in OT still. By that time, I had already applied into OT school and I was on my way. So again, that was another reason that pushed me to jump in to go to school for occupational therapy, especially so quickly. It was just, I didn't want to have to be forced to pay a bunch of extra money. At my school, it cost $25,000 more for an extra year of schooling to do the job that I wanted to do. That being said, I currently reside in Tacoma, Washington, and I'm working part-time as an OT assistant at a small pediatric clinic here while I'm in school, which is amazing during COVID-19 because my classmates aren't getting the hands-on experience that they expected to as OT students. So I'm really blessed that I work at a little clinic. I make $30 an hour. It's not salary, so some of you have been asking what happens if clients don't show up. Do OTs get paid? Well, my last clinic, because I was salaried, during those hours I still got paid. Where now, unless they last minute cancel, I don't get paid. If they cancel ahead of time and they give me enough notice, I don't go to work, but I don't get paid. So that's something to take note of for those of you who are interested in the profession but concerned about how much you're going to get paid if you're full-time, part-time. It's completely dependent on your work environment. I'll do a whole nother video on that later. Keep on sending me the information you want to hear. I want to keep telling you my experience and help you gain the insight to figure out which journey's for you. For me, the best journey was to become an OT assistant and to continue on to OT. For some people, they want to be OT assistants. They love the job. They love how much money they spent on school, and they love the amount of money that they're making. That's the career field they want to be in. For others, they ultimately want to be OTs for one reason or another, and OT assistant can help them get there. I wouldn't say that that is the journey that everyone should do either. I think for some people, maybe they should really make sure that OT is what they want to do, figure out a financial way to get there, and maybe go straight into OT school. I think that's an awesome option as well. I just think it's important for people to weigh all the options and to create a plan that's best for them. So thanks for subscribing. Keep on asking me your questions, and I'll keep on making these awkward videos for you. Thanks for being here.